Jeff, we're hearing a lot about the strengths of this draft being at the receiver position, but where are you seeing it from your perspective?
Well, I definitely see it at the receiver position. There's no doubt that there's strength there. There's strength in the running back position as well. But every draft is different, and we kind of look at it. We don't look at where the strengths are. We know where the strengths are, but we don't really focus on that. We really focus on where we know we have some holes and where we know we need to fill some positions. So that's where we put the most of the focus, and not so much on the strengths and weaknesses of the draft.
Is that how you guys come up with an Eric McCoy and a Chauncey Gardner-Johnson last year?
Well, that was a must for sure after Max retired, obviously, and so we put a lot of attention into the center position. And Chauncey was just probably the highest player on the board at that time, and certainly it filled a need as well. But that's how we marry the draft board to our needs, our musts every year.
Yeah. Slight changes to the combine this year in terms of times and drills when they're being conducted and those kinds of things. How does it affect you, or does it affect you?
Slight is an understatement. We've kind of go on an overhaul, really, of the schedule and the amount of time that we're here. But I've liked everything that we've seen so far. I mean, there's a little bit of dead time in the early of the week, which we're not used to. But I have actually liked the changes. I think they're going to be. I think they'll be helpful to everybody. I think it's going to focus a little bit more attention to some of the interviews and really having to focus in on who we're interviewing, because it's more quality versus quantity. But those are all positive things.
I know you were probably a little reluctant to take a lot of credit earlier, but now you guys have strung together, it seems, several substantial and really good drafts. How do you guys continue to string together good draft after good draft after good draft?
I think a lot of it's about the process, and I think a lot of it's about who's in that room. The scouts being number one, and then we have great decision makers, as Sean and Mickey. And so, my job is to keep that process intact and making sure we're disciplined and driven in the fact that we believe in that process, and we don't really alter too much from it. So. And that's really it's what we believe in, and the more success we have in, the more we believe in it, and the harder we work at it, fulfilling that process and continue to do well. Hopefully, we can continue to do well.
Yeah, I know you guys remain flexible, but when you come here, do you say, okay, I have an idea of these 6 guys who are Saints quote unquote players?
Gosh, I hope it's more than 6. Yeah, we do. We have a really good feel for who we want right now, and then we try to expand that with some more information, like some interview information. We're very aggressive at the Senior Bowl, trying to be able to draft after our meetings in February, although that's not when the draft is, but we're very aggressive at the Senior Bowl. So we come out of meetings knowing exactly who we want, and then obviously with some of the juniors that come out, we have some more work to do when we're here.
We know free agency always plays a part in this. How helpful is that to, fill some of those needs and musts in free agency, and then you're able to go into the draft and say, okay, we can kind of specifically get this guy?
Yeah, everything marries to each other. Free agency is a part of the process. I mean, there's only so many opportunities to help your football team, and free agency being a big one and the draft being another big one. So, but we'll try to marry whatever players that we get in free agency to the draft, and then we'll marry that to the 53-man cut down, and then cuts through the year. So those are just 2 of the bigger ones, and looking forward to free agency and obviously the draft.